Well, it's 10:30 Monday morning, the 8th of September 2012.
8th of September? It's October.
October. And we just pulled out of Cuddy's. And we're headed toward Texas. Well, we just passed the 100-mile mark since we filled up with gas this morning, and I have slightly more than a quarter of a tank left, so we're going to need to pull over and get some gasoline here soon. We just passed the Missouri state line. Ella tried to take some still photographs, but they didn't turn out. So, and when she tried to post them, she found out we didn't have an internet connection. So I'm not going to be able to post this for a little bit either, or either. All right, this sign says Kansas City is 108 miles ahead of us. We're actually looking for Bethany, which is only about 20 miles this side of the border, and we're planning to stop there, fill up with gas, and get some lunch, and I think maybe put the cat back in the trailer instead of in the back of the truck, because she's been crying the whole time and is, well, she's lucky to be alive. It's really annoying.
There we go.
Lunchtime. We are in Buchanan, or Bethany, I mean. And it was time for a stop. Well, we pulled in here because they had the Wendy's and they had the come and go so that we could fill up with gas at the same time. When we got here, we also discovered that the panel off of the back of our refrigerator is missing. So, no idea, never saw it go, but it's gone. So, there's something that'll have to be replaced once we get where we're going. Back on the road. Well, we are at a rest stop just outside of Kearney, Missouri. Say hello, Ella.
Hello.
And we've been looking at the map and trying to decide just what we're going to do about Kansas City and how not to go through it. And it looks like we're going to take Highway 92 west, and from there I'm not sure how we're going south, but she says we can take Highway 92 and then get on 435 and follow that down until it gets back on 35 on the southwest side of Kansas City. So I think that's the way we're going to do it. And once we get past there, then it's going to be 2:30, 3 o'clock. I think it'll be time for us to try and find a spot to settle for the night. We are on Highway 92 westbound out of Kearney, and it is a lovely road, very well maintained, and all these wonderful hills and turns, so it's kind of like a roller coaster. I'm actually not doing the 55 miles an hour that it says that you can do on here, because I think that would make your stomach go up into your throat. Well, we just crossed into Kansas. It's 2:59 p.m. and as I said, we're in Kansas. We're on Interstate 435 headed south toward Interstate 35. But now this is interesting. We just passed a sign that says we're in Miami, Kansas. So, heck, maybe we're going to go see the pfeffercorns. We're getting passed by a lot of cars, but that's okay, because we're doing about 55 in a 75 mile an hour zone. But I figure that it's not that busy. There's nobody backing up behind me or anything. As long as I keep it about this speed, I'm only doing $2 grand on the tack. I gotta think that that's saving me a little fuel. And at these prices, I need to save a little fuel. Oh, say hi, Ella.
Hi.
You know, I think that's the only thing she ever knows how to say, because that's all she ever says is hi.
Bye.
Well, we've got a spot for tonight. Ella found us a place, just free camping after September 31st, so it's got electricity. Water is shut off, but that's not a problem. And there is a lake over here, and we went and looked at some of the lakeside spots, but it's a little windy, so we decided not to do that. And we do have some neighbors over here behind us. They were smarter than I am. They realized that those sites up there are pull-through, whereas this one's a back-in. But, you know, we're only going to be here tonight, so probably, maybe. So anyway, here we are, tucked in for the night. Okay, we are north of Wichita.
Yes, I think about halfway between where we got onto 135 off of 50. So we're headed south, and it says we're
actually hoping to get into Oklahoma here soon.
Yes, we should be into Oklahoma soon after lunchtime.
We stopped just, the rest stopped just for a potty break, but we'll be pulling off into hopefully a truck stop someplace along the way here and get us some lunch and add some more fuel to the tank. I'm trying to do that every time that I have an opportunity, because it appears that the places are few and far between out here on these highways. We're taking a lot of two-lane back road highways. Anyway, we'll catch up later. Bye. Well, we're stopped at Park City, Kansas.
What did you decide?
I'm going to have the senior pot roast.
The senior pot roast?
Yep.
And I'll take the two.
And we've stopped, added some gas, and now we're sitting at Country Kitchen. And the waitress just came to take our order, so we're going to eat soon. Say hello, Ella.
Yes. Hello.
You have anything else to say?
Well, we're on our way.
Well, we just got out of Kansas and passed into Oklahoma. And now we're going to, it's about 2:50 in the afternoon, and we've been on the road for about 5.5 hours. So, we're going to find a place to put up for the night. Well, that's it for this check-in. Here we are at a rest stop in Oklahoma. I think Ella's looking for a map, or maybe just a place to pee.
Both. If you
That's
see
too
a
late.
map, pick it up.
Too late. It's just right at 5 o'clock, and we have. I've dropped the trailer in a site here. So you can see it back in through here. It's a beautiful spot. We are in Oklahoma. Ponca Lake is where we're at, and I'll pan around and you'll see we've got pretty good sized lake right down the hill from our campsite, and as it goes around, isn't that pretty? See, there's some herons or something of that nature. There's kind of a bluish gray one, and then there's a white one. Well, actually, there's a pair of each, of white and gray, down here. I don't think you can see them. I don't know if I can zoom enough to actually do it either. Let's try it. Actually, it doesn't seem to be zooming at all. Oops, sorry, it dropped you. But anyway, it's $18 a night. I'm not even sure whether that's right because we're off season. It may actually be free, but I've got the envelope here. I'm going to go down and drop $18 in the check for $18 in the self-pay thing, because it's definitely worth $18 to get off the road for the night and have electric. There's water too, but I'm not going to bother hooking up to that because I've got a full tank, and that is more water than we need right at the moment. Good morning. This is our view this morning of the lake. There went a flock of something. I don't know if they're geese. Probably not. They look like they're flying way too fast. They're probably seagulls flying over. But it's just about 7 o'clock in the morning. The sun hasn't quite arisen. There's the moon smiling down on us. And the sun's still down below the horizon. It actually looks brighter in the camera than it is out to my eyes anyway. Because in the camera it looks like we have a bright blue sky, where it's actually very deep blue sky. It's about 7 o'clock in the morning on the 10th of October 2012, and we are at Ponca Lake, Oklahoma, and we will be headed for Texas this morning. There's the sunrise through our window. Isn't that pretty? If you ever get a chance to visit Ponca Lake, Oklahoma, the campground is really nice. Some of the road getting in there have those oh my god hills, you know, those ones where you climb up one side and you get to the peak and you can't see any road in front of you because it's way down below. Yeah, there's some really roller coaster roads going in there, but getting there was worth it, and we've had a really good night of sleep.
It's Q Lake outside Ponca City.
Oh, I'm sorry. It's what lake?
Q, K-E-W.
Okay.
It's a Corps of Engineers park.
Yep. And it's very well maintained. Well, it's about 9:45, and we are approaching Perry, Oklahoma. And since we're down to about a half a tank of gas, I'm going to be pulling off there for a little pit stop and a refuel. And this is what the road looks like. This is I-35 approaching Perry, Oklahoma. And yeah, Ella's still with me. Let's see, what we got a sign up here. What is it saying?
Caution.
Left lane closed. Caution, caution, caution. Let's see. There's nobody. Yeah, there's a truck directly behind me, but he's in the right-hand lane. So I better get off of here and concentrate on driving. Well, we're about probably about 50 miles north of Oklahoma City, but kind of impressed with the rolling hills that we're going through. Reminds me a lot of southern Iowa and northern Missouri. Really pretty country. There, look. It almost looks like home. Just saw something really unusual. Been noticing the occasional dead animal along the road. Actually been looking for armadillos and haven't seen any. But we just passed a bear laying alongside the road. It was a pretty good sized bear. It was a stuffed toy bear. It's almost 12:30. And we've just made a pit stop at a rest stop here still in Oklahoma. Ella had wanted to pick up a map because the map that we have of Oklahoma, she sat on in a tour. So anyway, we needed a new map, but they didn't have any. It was pretty lame, just a potty break. And lots of stairs go down and back up after going potty. So here we go, moving on once again. We are in Texas. We stopped just across the border at the Texas Information Center, rest area, etc. And Ella's already heading in. So I better go catch up with her. We just entered Fort Worth city limits. It's 10 till 3 in the afternoon, and as you can see, traffic is crawling. Maybe we should have gone toward Denton. Well, it's now 3:10, and the view hasn't changed too much from 20 minutes ago. We have rolled ahead, but not too far. As you can see, this is the speed I'm going at. Nothing. Oh, wait a minute. I get a chance to move. You know, I got enough time here, I almost get a chance to make friends with my neighbors. It's 3:36, and we're finally actually making some progress. We're moving down the road at about 50 miles an hour now, except there's more traffic coming on, and well, we are settled in for the night. We are in Texas, trying to keep Ella in the frame, and she keeps moving. We are at Claiborne State Park. It appears to be a nice little park. Costing us $38, $5 a piece, plus $28 for the electrical site. We had, I previously had said that we lost the cover off of here. Well, today I also realized that the top vent is also missing. And when we got ready to leave Kansas this morning, we put the slide out in and then realized that the furnace was still on, and of course the controls for the furnace would be back in where we couldn't reach them with the slide out in. So I went to put it back out and it wouldn't go out. And it won't go out now. So we are going to be arriving slightly crippled, but in good spirits. All right. I hope everybody, all the family and friends that are seeing this, are praying for us. I'm sure you have been, because, well, some of the little side adventures that we've been on so far, like having to back off of a gravel road back out onto a highway. Well, that was interesting. It went very quickly, very smoothly, no traffic, no bother. Anyway, we'll talk to all of you later. Bye. Well, we're getting ready to sit down and have supper. We're eating light tonight. We've got some fried Spam with mango chipotle sauce on it, some kiwis, tomato, and apple slices. So, ought to be nutritious and light. Well, in spite of what the sky looks like, it is morning, well past dawn, but it's very overcast. I can actually feel moisture in the air. But this is a really nice park, really nice level sites, modern bathroom, shower with a single shower. Spacious camping areas, full hookups. It's for 30 amp, it's $28 a night plus $5 per person. So for us, this cost us $38. So I'm looking up in this tree. I was seeing a woodpecker up there earlier. I don't see him now. There's a tree, a bird of some sort sitting clear up at the top, but that's not the woodpecker. And these appear to be juniper trees. There's a squirrel in this one running around. Very, very pretty. Off in the background, I do hear highway traffic. I'm assuming it's very, very constant. And somebody has been up with an end loader picking up sand from a pile across the street from us. And doing something with it. I don't know. There is a really nice lake back here, which we saw as we were coming in. I'll talk to you this way. A really nice lake that we saw as we were coming in, although we are not parked very near it. Near enough to hear some motorboats out on the lake last night. I haven't heard anything out there this morning. But Okay, I've already got the dishes done for this morning. We've had breakfast and the dishes done, and Ella is over taking a shower. I took a possible bath last night in the sink. You know, one of those down as far as possible and up as far as possible, and I'll get possible when we get settled. So before long, we'll be on our way. Hopefully, we'll reach our destination fairly early in the afternoon today. Good morning. It's 9:08 in the morning, and we're driving on, I don't know, nice 4-lane highway in Texas, out of Glen Rose. Anyway, we just passed a dead deer along the side of the road with 2 buzzards eating on it. Just don't see that in Iowa. Well, these fine gentlemen here, Terry on the left and Ron on the right, have been working since we got in here, trying to get the power going to this trailer.
Using that word gentleman certainly loosely.
But they've torn the electrical panel apart. They've torn the fuse panel apart. They've had stuff plugged into another pedestal, and I haven't done anything. I've stood and watched and drank water.
Somebody has to sit
But they think they finally figured out what it was. It's a wire burnt loose at the plug here.
Okay.
So hopefully we'll have electric power. And once we have electric power, I'm hoping that means that we can get this slide out the rest of the way out. Or barring that, the rest of the way in. You know, just at this point, I'd take either one. Well, here we are at Shady Oaks. And we got here about noon. And yes, I am laying down because, well, it's 6:30, 6:45, and I'm tired. I think I may take a nap before it's actually bedtime. But it was interesting getting here. We arrived. We knew that we were missing the back from the refrigerator, the back vent from the refrigerator, and we knew we were missing the top vent from the refrigerator that became road trash someplace between Iowa and here. We also knew that the slide out wasn't functioning, but when we got here and we plugged in the electricity, it wasn't working. Thank God. And that's not used in vain. I truly mean, thank God that Ron and Terry here at the park came, and they worked until about 3:30, and neither one of them had lunch yet. And they finally figured out what was going on with the electric, and got that taken care of. It was actually fairly simple. It was a loose wire in the plug. That was one of the first things they looked at and didn't see it the first time, and so did an extensive look through all kinds of other things, including taking the electrical pedestal apart and making sure that it was working right, and kept checking with the multi-testers, and we had current into all of our outlets and stuff, but nothing worked. It was because that neutral wire was off. So even though there was current, it wasn't functioning. Also spent a good deal of time working on this, trying to figure out the slide out, and even called the people at New Way that manufactured our Hitchhiker 2 and got some ideas from them. Unfortunately, none of them worked. We did manage to get the slide out about a foot, and I didn't want to leave it like that because it wasn't sealed. It has to be fully out or fully in for it to be sealed against rain, and there is a slight chance of it over the next few days. So right now we managed to get the slide out all the way in, so we have a very narrow living room, kitchen, dining area. But you know, we're functioning. I guess that's about it, unless you had something you wanted to add, Ella.
No.
Okay. Well, I think I may take a nap before it's actually bedtime, so if I'm going to do that, I need to hurry, because bedtime's going to approach fairly quickly. Later. First of all, don't be concerned about the picture quality. It's about 6:45 in the morning, and there is nothing to see out here. I've been awake since about 5 o'clock. I finally crawled out of bed about 5:45. Started the coffee. I've been sitting out here checking in on Facebook, getting caught up on some reading, and drinking coffee, waiting for the rest of the world to wake up. I guess there's a coffee clutch that meets at 9:30 this morning up at the community center, so I will go up there, but I'll probably be so full of coffee by then that I won't want any more. I'm just waiting for the sunrise. Unfortunately, I'm facing west at the moment, so I'll have to move around where I can look the other direction. All right, well, this is just an update from Friday morning, and letting you know what's going on down here in Texas. Well, it's still before dawn, but that moon and planet shining through that barren tree is kind of interesting. Yeah, it's just before 7 o'clock in the morning, and the sun should come up in that direction, I believe, if I've got my bearings correct. Well, that's how close the deer are in our campsite. They have no fear of coming in and just coming up and saying howdy to you, I guess. There are also free-range cattle between here and the highway that we run across the other day when we were coming back home after going out and getting gas and some groceries. Interesting place.